Hi, cities. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I have noticed a pattern with these people, and I have also seen people that they throw with it because sometimes you see a page and you think it's a black person. It's not a black person. Is this person moving around looking for names to call black people or looking for what to do to respect black people? And I don't know why they do that, but best known to them. The last one I saw was Thomas Bishop when they came to his, calling him names and all of that. And you know what? They also want to use that N word so bad. Because tell me why a full grown person would just mask himself up and come out to troll somebody. It doesn't make any sense. The reality is that some of you all thought you were doing black people, right? The election has come and gone. You all are seeing the effect of the election, and like it's really all over, trying to hit people, poking people here and there. Some of you all never believed that Project 2025 was a thing. Even in my comment section, I still see so many people arguing about that, including some black people, those conservatives. I hope now you all know that Project 2025 is a thing, and Assad, he has already endorsed that. Hope you all know that. For those that are hoping that a deportation will not happen, deportation will still happen because it is ongoing already. ICE has already started arresting people. For those that thought that our prices of products and all that are going to go down, it is not going down. Tariff is a thing. You know what? Let's get into this video.
It's got to be said, and I'll say it, seeing as how the app is going to be gone in about a few weeks. I think I'm going to say it. The weirdest thing white people were doing in 2024 was impersonating black people. Like making an email address to then use to make a TikTok account, and then on that TikTok account or Instagram, they would put a black person's face as the profile picture. A lot of y'all were doing that. It's just weird. It's just weird. And so many of y'all were doing it. Strange activity. If the things you're saying require you to basically wear a mask as you say it, you're probably talking some shit. Some stupid shit that should be flushed. Y'all don't even believe in what y'all saying. Because you got to put a black person face in front of it before you say it. That's so weird. And it has to be said. The group that was doing it is large enough for my black ass to say, hey, white people, come get your peoples. Come get them. And the people who are doing that got the president that they wanted. We fucking cooked. This country's cooked. Hey, the weirdest thing white people were doing in 2024 was impersonating black people. Like making an email address to then use to make a TikTok account, and then on that TikTok account or Instagram, they would put a black person's face as the profile picture. A lot of y'all were doing that. It's just weird. It's just weird. And so many of y'all were doing it.
He ain't never fucking lied. He ain't never fucking lied. And like he put in his comments, it was always the comments that you'd be able to tell, right? Most of the times, majority of the times, it would always start off as a black person. or it would be quotes, I'm black and I agree. Close the quotes. Oh wait, my favorite was the last one. Like somebody would say some shit and whatever the case may be, and they would respond with some terrible ass shit, right? And then they put ... and also I'm black. No black person would say that. Yo, I remember I got on a live one time And the motherfucker came up there, because you know most people on live, when they're on the panel, they don't show their face. And I'm included in that, right? But I have real picture, real videos, okay. This motherfucker came up on there, and he was like, something, 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 because see, blacks. And the way I was like, sir, you're not even black. Please remove yourself. Why are you in this conversation? The way that we got on his ass, and he was talking about, I can show my face with video. We was like, go ahead. Because not only do you not even sound like a black man, and I'm not trying to really say that all black men have super, super deep voices, but you can tell a black man when you speak. I don't care what nobody says. I can hear it. This sounded like a wimpy, whiny blue bitch. But what black person say blacks? I was like, yo, sir, my man, you're not black. Never came on that video, okay? Wound up getting off after arguing and saying, oh, that's stereotypical, and you're trying to sit there and say all this other. No black person identifies other black people as blacks. No black person in the conversation, and I'm black. As a black person, I'm black and I agree. Just please. But I feared that we have to accept the fact that, like they always say, as long as white people are around, black people will never be alone. And at this point, their fucking refusal to leave us the fuck alone, it has to be, it's violence at this point. It has to be. I call the police. Please. It has to be. It is some sort of violence. Damn, we gotta make some type of charge like this. And to see the Tyler, the creative mask, it only confirms my thoughts about this whatsoever. Like, you're not going to deter anything that I feel about this conversation. It's a damn shame. The obsession be real. Y'all been doing this shit for too long. Y'all not tired yet? Y'all gotta stop.
So the left is seeing a lot of people switch over, turn super MAGA. And, TYT Network did it specifically, right? But I argue is that moderate white leftists were never really leftists. They were moderate, centrist, libertarian, and Republican. Basically, everything that is not just sound on equity for other people that aren't white men. Bill Maher or these other Democrats who really, don't mind the status quo or the imbalance of power. They just want people to be nicer. And when you look at it like a TYT network, you look at there was a Democrat on the House who switched to Republican. It's power. It's being close to power. RFK was shopping his dusty, non-vaccine taking ass to Democrats first. Then he said he was libertarian. But when Trump gave him an opportunity, he jumped too. He even had the balls to tell black people to just get over slavery. Get over racism. Just get over it. Who the fuck are you talking to? I want to know who the niggas were that just sat there and just listened to him say this. Like, what do you mean? You just gotta get over it, move past it. Nigga, what? But I want to poke a hole in an argument I hear a lot, right? Because I was watching this show with these Latinos who were trying to, argue about why they voted for Trump. And the lady was like, Kamala Harris served in all three branches of government, but just because you have titles don't mean you're smart. And then the lady then proceeded to say, okay, so titles don't mean anything. Then how do I know you're smart? You don't got shit. Oh, I have a bachelor's degree. What fucking difference does it make if the title doesn't mean you're smart? And I see that argument thrown around with Kamala Harris all the time, say that she used gender politics and she just focused on this and the third. I'm going to say it right now, y'all are pussy. She literally only campaigned on her politics and her legislation and her goals. House cuts for first-time home buyers was one. That wasn't a policy. Or what about the policy of putting taxes and working on health care, a border bill that she had policy. Policy that Joe Biden already pushed, so she had her own specific policy. What were Trump's policies? Tariffs that cost you more money. That's not what he campaigned on for real. What he campaigned on was culture. That's why y'all bring up American values. It's just, you don't want gay people. You don't want DEI and people focused on race. That was his campaign. He'll ramble on about being Hannibal Lecter. He'll choose a word and throw it around. That's my favorite new word, groceries. He said this about every new word he discovers. Like, we're letting a man who's close to 90 suffer from dementia in front of us. Okay. But I always hear that because it's just racist fault. Anytime you say that about Kamala Harris, it's literally just saying that she's dumb. She's dumb as a box of rocks. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But mind you, some of you niggas just discovered what a tariff was. Insane. Another argument. Well, they're only going after illegal immigrants. They're stripping away people's citizenship. So there are people who are here legally whose visas were not renewed and they're waiting for renewal. Those people committed a crime and did it illegally now? You see how stupid that argument gets when we explain the actual immigration process and why that process in itself is fucked and puts people in danger who very well are here legally, who then are illegal due to it not being renewed and waiting for the proper steps to be taken. But that could be years. They could be waiting right now, and then come January, they're getting booted to their fucking country. And a month later, their paper will go through, their citizen now. But these same people, because they just want to, lick the boots of white supremacy, that's just what it is, they take on the same arguments, even when they're self-detrimental to themselves. They will turn on their own culture. Because they're American now, even though they're only being questioned about the immigration status because of the color of their skin and their phenotype. Because how the fuck would I know if you're illegal or not, unless I'm just assuming Mexicans or brown people who don't speak English are illegal? But why would I be doing that without racism? But because we don't want to address racism as the primary basis for why we voted for Donald Trump, let's just be honest. Let's just be honest as grown adults. Didn't vote for the man for his fucking policies. Because all of you niggas are bitching about his policies right now. I've watched every motherfucking news drop, from cabinet picks to the Iowa farmers bitching and moaning about the tariffs that are ripping them apart right now. Right now, because Chinese markets don't want to sell to them anymore due to the tariffs. Imagine standing this hard on stupid because you don't want to address the obvious fucking problem: racism. The reason why they didn't want to vote and listen to lies about Kamala Harris was racism. It literally was a 5-second Google search to see her policies, to go to her website. I had niggas literally denying that Donald Trump was endorsing Project 2025, and the bitch ass nigga just endorsed it on the news the other day. And instead of y'all just saying, yo, I fuck with dog. I mean, I don't really care for niggas like that. But I mean, everybody's a little racist, right? I mean, I notice patterns of people that have been systemically oppressed that I perpetuate by pushing misinformation to correlate with behaviors and patterns that are only created due to over-policing and being deprived of goods and resources of a natural citizen. But what the fuck do I know, right? Because, patterns, right? Because when we say patterns of people being destructive and exploitative and taking resources from other groups and dehumanizing people, then it's, you just hate all white people, even though no, I would just be recognizing patterns. But again, racism does not have logic. It doesn't. And when people try to avoid this, it's like not even an elephant in the room. It's like a nigga staring in your face saying, I'm here. And you're just looking around trying to avoid that nigga because you're too pussy to just recognize what's right in front of you. That's the reason why. She's not as smart as Donald Trump, as a nigga who literally lies and gets caught on lies on a constant basis. Was told the terrorists will make Americans pay more. He said, I don't believe that. Even when it's fucking true. This is why I don't entertain, let's debate. What the fuck am I debating? What am I debating with you? Your allegiance to white supremacy? I'm not debating that shit with you. Be a coon on your own time, but that has nothing to do with me. But I am not entertaining anti-blackness and cooner and stupidity. When we want to have an honest conversation about why I voted for that man, cool. But stop bringing up policy, because it's not policy. White supremacy is why you voted for that man. There's no policy that even benefits you. You were just happy that it hurt niggas, gay people, and trans folk. And most of y'all would never even meet a trans person in your life. But you're so bothered that people who may be from this community have representation in movies and books and games. So you voted for a nigga to take away your rights and women's right. Two-thirds of you niggas need Obamacare just to live. But y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
One day I'm going to write a book about the ways that white supremacy and racism show up in the influencer space, and this is going to be one of my first examples. So I get invited to one of DC's like big sports teams' charity gala. And when I tell you big, I mean like one of the absolute biggest, okay? And it is a charity gala that is in collaboration with another very famous person's charity. And it's all about kind of honoring people in Washington, D.C., and it said D.C. proper, who have been doing amazing things. So I was like, okay, I like the sound of that. Sure. Oftentimes, creators get invited places to kind of cover the event. And if you know anything about my platform, I'm all about community work, about organizing, and about activism. So I will go. And it helped that all of the awardees, 95% of whom were Black, many of them I knew. People doing like work around gun violence, people doing work around food security, entrepreneurship, employment, stuff that I can get down with. But there were some red flags. And the first red flag was that the event was in the middle of the week. And when you want participation, you don't usually put something in the middle of the week, but you know, it's a gala, it's charity. But then it wasn't in DC, even though the awardees were from DC or had DC-based organizations. It was in a suburb of the DC area. When I tell you suburb, I mean like a suburb. It's a place that you only go there if you live there because ain't nothing out there. On top of the fact that it was in the early evening, and so to get there, there was no way to avoid traffic if you lived a little bit closer into the city or the city itself. But again, you know, I got invited. It says wear cocktail attire. I'm going to put that thing on. I'm going to smile. I'm going to have me a little nosh, a little cocktail, do my coverage, support the great work in the community. And again, it's one of the biggest sports teams. So I know this thing is going to be nice, baby. Sit in traffic for over an hour. Still in traffic. Then paid money and tolls, girl. At this point, I might as well be in Uzbekistan. I've been driving for so long. And when my partner pulls up, I'm looking around because it appears to be a strip mall. I know these people ain't brought me to a glorified Red Lobster that I drove an hour and a half to get to, that you told me to wear cocktail attire to, that you were supposed to be awarding the trailblazers in the community at. That this might as well be Five Below. So you know what? I know myself enough to know this is not for me, because what you're not going to do is use my platform to legitimize a subpar event. And I want people to understand what I'm saying here, because I've been to the Trap House and the White House, everywhere in between. So it's not about the caliber of the event. It's that you are engaging me in some bullshit that I know you would not have put on for white people. Not to mention, you have an indefinite amount of resources that you got off of the backs of Black bodies. Let's just be honest. So I was like, let me just go home. It's not for me. It's time for me to just go on home. Only for these people with a straight face to email me the next day. First, oh, we hope you had a good time. I ignored it. It's total. I didn't go, so I have no reason to respond. Send me another email that I interpreted with a little white woman's base. Oh, we reached out to the team and we found out that you didn't attend, comma, unfortunately, comma. Why was that? Question mark. We hope everything's okay, exclamation point. But I read white woman. So what I know is that you was trying to check me. Who you talking to? I politely responded and told them that I pulled up to the venue and was shocked and unimpressed. I basically saw a white refrigerator and I decided to leave. And what's more important is that it was unconscionable that it would be an hour plus away from the city to award people who are doing remarkable work. They deserve better. And next year, what I would hope is that you figure out how to give these people the accolades and the ambiance that they deserve. Now, I told them, in the meantime, pass this along to those who need to know it, to the decision makers. And don't you ever reach out to me again.
So this is all I got from this video, and every one of them hit, like, really hit the nail. I mean, hit the hammer on the nail, right? They did a great job. Now, the first one that started by what they do now is to open an account with a black person's face and all that name, and then start through trolling black people. It's true, because Bishop Thomas also experienced that. I mean, his own is always like on daily, right? But I have also known so many black content creators that have experienced that. And when you go to the comment section, excuse me, you definitely will know. You definitely will know. And the way they also want to use the N word so badly, so badly. And also, there are some things they will say to a black person that you, as a black person, will not even say to a black person. They are the ones. That is what they know how to do best. Sincerely speaking, I don't think at this point in time that I have, I do not pity, or I do not have pity on anybody that voted for Donald Trump, right? Because they really knew what they did, or whether ignorant or not ignorant, they knew what they did. Majority of them are so ignorant and think that they are very smart. I mean, like, I just do not understand. It's really crazy that people think that they are smart when they are not even a little bit smart. So with everything going on, the tariff, like literally a whole lot is going to go wrong at the same time. How do you have somebody? I mean, Project 2025 is something that a lot of people still to this very moment refuse to understand what Project 2025 is all about, right? And they say he has no connection with it. But as you all can see, Project 2025 is a thing endorsed by him. So I hope you all are somewhere smiling. The tariff is also going to happen. There is no proud gauging. You all are going to buy higher than you used to. Petrol, there is nothing like gas coming down and the rest of it. Who played who? You all can see that you played yourselves, and you think it's us that will suffer it. Everybody collectively will do it. And to Latinos that thought that that really want to be white so bad, I hope you all are getting ready to, like, paint your face with white chalk so you look real, white, because your color is not white enough, except for some people that are really like white person. For those that are not white person, go buy chalk. For those that do not know what chalk is a white substance. They use it to write on the wall or something. So when you put it on your face, you will be whiter and nobody will actually know where you're from. Does that make sense? Absolutely does make sense, right? Obamacare, you all said it's black thing, right? Now you are beginning to understand that it's not black thing, and you all are screaming and running. See, the only people that I am going to, it's only my people. It is only my people. That is the only people that I am worried or bothered about. But every other person, that it's your problem. Go carry your cross, because, I mean, that is what you chose for yourself. You all think the people that came out to do the right thing do not know anything. And as it stands, some people are looking for a way, trying to beg people, or trying to beg Joe Biden to do something over the deportation so that they don't separate families. Did you think about all this? Did you think about any of them before doing what you did? Something they really think, oh yeah, when they come out on TikTok, they think they are gurus, that they know anything. You all do not know anything. When black people are talking, listen, because they are the real life OGs. Whether you like it or not, listen to black people. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.